Well, good day, y'all. I am stalling a little bit of time before I have to head into work. But, y'all, this topic has really been pressed on my heart. And I would love to hear some of you all's perspectives from both men and women, even though this is catered like towards women. I'm primarily asking this question towards women, but I do believe that men also can have insight on this as well. But, y'all, I have always wondered, like, why so many women, especially, us women of color, are in our 30s and 40s and still not married. Like, even for me, like, I'm 39, I'm getting ready to be 40 in a few months. And it has been on my heart. Like, I never would have thought that I would have been 39 and still single, not married. Like, this has been like one of the hardest things, like, for me to cope with, because I do want to be a wife. I do want to be a mother. This is something that I just really have always wanted, my entire life, ever since childhood. But I'm noticing that there are so many women of color, who are in their 30s and 40s and still not married, never have been married. Some of us have had prospects, been engaged, and we broke it off because it just didn't work. The relationship didn't work. But I just wonder, like, deep down inside, what is the reason that so many of us are not married? Is it because some of us are truly, like, difficult to get along with? I know that's the persona that they say about black women, that we are difficult to get along with, but does that have truth to it sometimes, y'all? Sometimes it can be true. Are we difficult to get along with? Are we just too picky? Is it because we want men who have six-figure salaries, and some of us don't even make six-figure salaries, but we have their requirement to be able to be with a man? Is it because some of us are just merely, like, just selfish, and we want everything in a relationship to go our way and our way only? Is it because we have this fairy tale of how marriage is supposed to be, where the man is the only one who should pay all the bills, and we don't do anything? We can just keep our money, save our money, and just do whatever we want with our money? Or is it because some of us truly just don't want to even listen to a man? Is that why so many of us are still single to this day in our 30s and 40s? Because sometimes I do see that with a lot of women. They really don't want to listen to a man. It's all about what they say. They ain't studying him. They could care less about what he thinks. But they want that man to always care about what they want, what they think about things. But they don't care about what the man wants. Could these be possible reasons why so many of us are still single in our 30s and 40s? And then you also do have need to note this too. I noticed that we do have a lot of our men who are gay or down low. So that's another thing that women have to be concerned about as well, when we're getting into a relationship with men, to make sure that these men truly want a woman, because that is a problem in today's society. We do have to make sure that these men truly want a woman, that they're fully straight. So I know all of these could be issues why some women are still single in their 30s and 40s, and there could be things that I'm missing as well that I'm not aware of. But these are just some things that I have noticed. And even with me, I think that I've put a lot of hope into a lot of the wrong men who are simply just not me, like, not for me, I'm sorry. And I kept holding on, thinking that I could change a man, thinking that I could make him be what I need him to be, when truly that's just not the man that he was. And I have to say that I have to fault myself even for those decisions that I chose to make. It wasn't the fault of that man, because I knew that some of these men were just simply not right for me, and that I stayed in relationships far too long with these men, and I should have gotten out when I saw the first red flag. And vice versa. That even goes with a man. When you see red flags in a woman, sometimes you have to just go ahead and say, hey, this is not what I want. I don't think this is the kind of woman that I want to be with, that I want to try to marry. Let's just end this relationship. And I think that has really been my fault in relationships. I tried to make a man be what I need him to be, or make him for me. And I really do think that's why I've waited like I'm 39 and still not married, because a lot of that I really do have to take accountability for that. Some of that has truly been my fault with the relationships that I've chosen to be in. So I would love to hear you all's perspective on why do you think so many women in their 30s and 40s are still single. And I get it, ladies. Some of y'all, I get some of you all don't have the desire to be married, but sometimes I even question that. Sometimes I think that when women feel like, man, I'm just not gonna get anybody, they just tell society that I could care less about a man. I don't care if I ever get married. Sometimes I still think that those women are lying. I'm sorry, I really do. I do not believe that it was meant for us to be alone. I do not believe that God created us to be alone. I just really do not believe that that's something that I'm going to always believe. And in today's society too, I really feel like a lot of us don't want marriage the way God intended for marriage to be. Like he intended for marriage to be between one man and one woman. We have people out here today who are having these open marriages, who are just blatantly out here committing adultery and actually thinking that, okay, if that's what we want to do and if we agreed upon, that's okay to do. And that's not okay to do. This is why we have so many diseases like HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, and herpes, all of these diseases out here because of our disobedience, y'all. And we are just still sitting out here just doing whatever we want, when we want, instead of really adhering and obeying the will of God. I promise you, if we stay in the will of God and obey him, things are going to turn out perfect for us. I promise you, God's will is perfect. It is perfect when we allow him to be the head of our lives and when we choose to obey him. His will be perfect. You will be happy. Sometimes it may be hard to do because sometimes our mind and our flesh, our will wants to do something else. But I promise you, the will of God will always work out perfect in your life. So y'all, this is just my take on why I think that some women in their 30s and 40s may not be married. And you don't have to agree with this stance, but I would love to hear from you all to see, why do you all think that so many of us in our 30s and 40s are still single? I love you all, and please, y'all can please comment in the comments. Be respectful. Like I said, you do not have to agree, but I would love to hear from you all on what you all think, why so many of us women in our 30s and 40s are still single. I love you all. Have a wonderful day.